Alright, so yet again, another vlog where I'm outside. I am wearing a different color shirt this time though. I've not been wearing the same shirt the whole time. I just have like all black shirts that I wear as part of my closet. I want to have like a capsule wardrobe, or I don't know what it's called when you wear like the exact same type of shirt. So the black shirt I wear is called a dirt shirt, and it's like all organic cotton. The profits, they donate it to regenerative agriculture. It's like super cool. So I have like 5 of those, I think, so I will like wear them, and then if they're all dirty then I'll wear something else. But fun fact about me. So I am in so much pain still. Kind of an update from last week. We don't really know what this is. Originally, these pain cycles that happened every 4 weeks, every month. The first one, they said that it was an ovarian cyst. Since then, we don't know. And I am seeing an endometriosis specialist in 2 weeks, and fingers crossed that they give me more information. Maybe this is endometriosis. From all of the research I've done, that makes the most sense. However, every 4 weeks I have a pain cycle. Last month, I did not have a break from the pain. Usually the pain would stop 3 to 5 days after I had it. This last month it didn't. It slowed down last weekend. That was it. I vaginally bled straight through for like a month, so that was really awful. And the pain cycle started again yesterday on a Tuesday. I don't know what's going on. From my research, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my endometriosis research today. From my research, your estrogen spikes right before the middle point of your cycle, which would be the time that every 4 weeks it happens. And according to the sources online that I've read, when your estrogen spikes, it can increase the severity of your endometriosis symptoms. So that would make sense. I had fluid in the cul-de-sac the first time that I had pain. They thought that it was an ovarian cyst. Endometriosis can also cause fluid in the cul-de-sac. So with my research deep diving, that is the lead suspect kind of right now for what is causing my unrelenting, debilitating pain. I'm on like 800 ibuprofen 3 times a day. I don't know if it's that or the amount of pain I'm in, but I am so brain foggy. I can't do anything. I mean, I'm taking a class online this semester, and at this point I haven't been able to do practically any of it. And my mentor Ryan is teaching it, so he's been really nice, and you know, I could take it as incomplete or whatever, but it's just really bad. My brain fog is just so bad. I can't do anything. So I've been watching a lot of shows. So if you have any show recommendations, please let me know. I have Netflix. I just watched One Piece, and that was a great show. Now I'm in need of more to keep myself distracted until my next appointment. So again, I want to like go through more of the endometriosis research I've done, because maybe this will help other people. 1 in 10 women have endometriosis that are of reproductive age. That is a crazy amount. 10% population of women have endometriosis. But basically, endometriosis, there's lesions and adhesions. And this is all just according to research I've done. Some of this could definitely be wrong. Not giving medical advice, just sharing what I've figured out so far according to Google. The lesions look like gunshots. They're like black, they look like gunshot burns, and an adhesion is when it actually fuses tissue or your organs together. And there's 4 stages of endometriosis. You could have incredibly debilitating pain in stage 1. So the pain doesn't really correlate with like what stage you're in, but your organs start binding on stage 4. One of the only ways to really know if you have endometriosis for sure is surgery. It's exploratory surgery. However, if they find it, sometimes they can also do the like cauterizing and the burning off of the endometriosis tissue at the same time as the exploratory surgery. Sometimes though, it's bad enough that they actually have to like fully open you up, and not just the exploratory surgery is just like 2 little holes where they kind of put a scope in and like explore. So I see that in my future, because I'm at a loss for what else this could be with the crazy symptoms I'm having, with the debilitating pain and fatigue. Like the last 2 nights, I've woken up in the morning and I feel no less tired than when I went to bed. I just feel so exhausted, and that's definitely taking a toll on my mental health for sure. So I'm really just trying to keep myself distracted to get through to that endometriosis appointment, and really just try to survive until then. That's the goal. So again, any recommendations of shows, please let me know. I also had absolutely horrendous cramps last week. So someone recommended that I take birth control for my acne, but it's also supposed to help endometriosis symptoms. That's actually one of the treatments for it. It's a progressive disease, there is no cure, but it helps to manage symptoms, right? So I just went straight through with my pill, and the recommendation was to take no time off for a period, which I've actually learned is not a period, it's just like called withdrawal. It's like a withdrawal bleed. I never knew that. I've been on birth control for like 4 years for my acne. I never knew. I just thought you were having a regular period, but no, it's just withdrawal bleeding. It's not an actual period on the pill. That was fascinating. So anyway, I was just taking it straight through, but because I bled for like a month straight, the GYN that I saw at UD Women's Health, which she doesn't really treat anything else, so I'm going to see a specialist, a different GYN the end of October. But she just recommended, like, okay, just take it straight through. However, because you're having this bleeding, go off of it for 4 days, have withdrawal bleeding, and then when you come back, hopefully you won't have any more bleeding. I had the most painful cramps I've ever had in my life when I went off of it and had the 4 days of withdrawal bleeding. I was like, one of them, I was in this chair, like if it's not raining outside or too hot or whatever, I'm out here. I was in this chair and I was gripping the chair in pain and grimacing because it was so painful. So that was really scary. But endometriosis can cause heavier periods, more painful periods, so that all aligns, right? The low-grade fever I've had has always gotten worse with the pain, and that also, a low-grade fever can also align with endometriosis. I think I've talked about this before in the vlog, but I was reading an article that Bindi Irwin, Steve Irwin's daughter, has endometriosis. She started having fatigue at 14, flu-like symptoms, never recovered. And I had flu-like symptoms and incredible fatigue starting at 14, and I've never recovered. And I've been chronically ill for like 11 years. And my thinking is that, what if that was endometriosis? So again, basically the diagnostic tools are, sometimes they can see tissue where it's not supposed to be on an ultrasound. I've had an ultrasound done, they didn't see anything. Sometimes they can see on an MRI. I haven't had an MRI done, so maybe before she does the exploratory surgery, the doctor would want to do an MRI, but mostly it's that exploratory surgery. Once they know if you have it or not, they can just do some of the surgery there while you're under, but if it's intense enough, they would have to do a different surgery and like open you up fully. Other potential things, like if they don't get all the tissue, and again, it's a progressive disease, it never goes away, so it would come back. But if they get all the tissue, sometimes it you know, gives you relief from the symptoms for a long time. If not, it's a management thing, so they can manage it using hormonal birth control, which has not worked for me, obviously. A stronger hormone, one of them is like a steroid, and another one basically makes you go into early menopause. And they can also do surgery to completely remove your ovaries and your uterus, which would also make you go into menopause. So the options are not looking great. It's been scary, and I try not to let myself get too far ahead and thinking of, if this is it, these are my options, because none of them are good. None of them are good options. But if some of those gave me relief from symptoms, that would be great. But I definitely don't want to go into early menopause, and I also don't want to lose my ability to have kids, because I would like to have at least one biological child someday. And so all of that is really scary, but a lot of it is just symptom management. So pain management, and I really think the ibuprofen is messing. It can cause you to be fatigued, it can cause drowsiness, and I think it's really impacting my brain fog. So it's been really hard. I've been doing a lot of research though, and I'm trying to really, I have this whole document of just everything I'm finding, and I'm linking it to articles, and I'm trying to connect the dots. And another thing was, earlier this year in June, I was on an antibiotic called cephalaxin, and I had the most energy for like 10 days on that antibiotic that I have had since I've had chronic illness. And I was like, I feel incredible. And something that I've found according to my research has been that endometriosis can be managed sometimes by antibiotics. And so possibly, if my fatigue is from endometriosis, the antibiotic could have been helping to manage my fatigue. So just there's like all these little clues, and I'm trying to kind of connect them all and do the research that I can do, but it's really hard to keep it straight. It's really confusing. It's really hard with my brain fog to do the research, let alone, you know, organize it well and keep it straight in my own head. So that's been difficult, but Another exciting news, my mom has really been running the nonprofit that I started when I was 10, Autumnly Fundraisers. We've raised over $100,000 since then, and we have an event this weekend that she's been prepping for the past couple weeks. I've really not been able to help at all. She's been making soap, so I was able to cut like the ribbon for the soap to help out. That was it. Yeah, that is going to be hopefully not rained out because the weather's kind of been crazy, but it will be at the Woodside Creamery Arts and Crafts Fall Festival this weekend. The rain date is Sunday, but the official date is Saturday, but it looks like it might be rained out, which would suck. But if you're in the area and want to come check it out, please come support. All the money that we raise goes to 100% of like everything we sell, not just the profits. Like I'm talking about 100% of the sales goes to Forgotten Cats. I'm just such a huge cat lover. And speaking of cats, our cats have been doing so good. Wink, the male, is letting me like full body pet him. Like he's just like a normal domesticated cat. I'll insert some video here of me just like petting him from his head. He loves the head pets, the head scratches, and then all the way down his body. It's been blowing my mind. He is coming so far. He absolutely loves it. And then Wink was here today for 2 hours and we were just hanging out. She even came up to where I was sitting and like sniffed where I was at and sat a couple feet away. I mean, we were like friends. Like we are like this now. I've still only touched her once when she was distracted and eating, and I was able to touch her then, but sorry, I'm having a hot flash. But yeah, the cats are coming really far along. She definitely is kittens. She looks like she's definitely been nursing, so I can't wait until she brings them here so we can try trapping all of them and getting them all spayed and neutered. So yeah, those are the updates. I'm just surviving until the endometriosis appointment, but I'm learning more every day, and that's all we can do to try solving some of these medical mystery things, because as patients we have to do a lot of it ourselves because only we know our own body and the symptoms that we're having and can connect the weird dots of stuff. So that's what I've been up to. So thank you for like listening. If you have endometriosis, or if you know someone who does, or if you have some good resources for endometriosis, please put them in the comments, let me know. And yeah, if you have any good Netflix recommendations, please comment as well, because that is how I am surviving. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna hang in there and I will talk to you soon. Bye.